I'm Wendy, and the other day I brought you some tips. They're part of a three-part series, the ABCs of confident presenting. Yesterday I talked about the A, which was attitude. Today I'm going to talk about the B, which is body language. Now, I have talked about this before, and I will say again how important your body language is, particularly when you're doing a presentation. So listen up to these three tips I'm going to give you. The first one is maintain eye contact. Now, this can be very difficult. It puts us in a sort of rather vulnerable position to suddenly lock eyes with someone, people that we don't know, we've never seen or met them before. But establishing eye contact with your audience will show that you are confident, that you are engaged, that you're with them. It creates a connection which builds trust, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? We've got to think of building a trust and a deep connection with our audience members. Be sure, as I said before, don't lock your gaze onto one or two people because that can be very easy to do. Make sure that you pan across the room from side to side. Obviously, not as if you're, following a tennis match. You don't want to do that. It's got to be very sort of natural and a calm sort of flow that takes in all of the room. You can spend a little bit of time in one part of the room or looking at a couple of people in particular, but don't lock into them, all right? Because they will feel uncomfortable. It might creep them out a bit. So shift your gaze and pan very naturally in a very flowing movement across the room. The second tip I'm going to give is to try to maintain, if you can, a very open and relaxed posture. So do stand tall with your shoulders back, but keep your arms relaxed at your side rather than please don't put your hands on your hips, because that could come across as being quite aggressive rather than being assertive or confident. You don't want to cross your arms because that can look as if you're trying to hide something, and that won't help build the trust and the connection that you're trying to build with your audience. So don't cross your arms or your hands. Certainly don't cross your legs, because that'll look like you really need to go somewhere else in a hurry, and you don't want to appear defensive or nervous as well. Open body language conveys openness, confidence, and approachability. Now, the last tip I want to give you about body language are your gestures and your facial expressions. So try to be as natural as possible. So use gestures to emphasize points. So you can use your hands and your arms. You can point to things to emphasize a particular point. Facial expressions, you can smile, you can widen your eyes, you can even momentarily close your eyes. Take advantage of the pause. I think that's very important. So being aware and using appropriate gestures, physical gestures, your eye contact, your facial expressions can add energy and emphasis to your presentation. Be very mindful of these gestures. Make sure that they're not over the top and that they're just right. So that's that Goldilocks approach, if you like. All right, so that is the B of the ABCs of confident presenting. We've talked today about body language. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back with the C, which is content, all about content. So stay tuned for that. I hope these tips are useful the next time you need to present.